So look at this. This document talks about human needs, okay? So we have before COVID and after COVID. All right. So let's see the first one here. Take a look at the image. This is the first one, okay? So before COVID, this was more or less our human needs, our basic needs. All right, Mateus, okay? Larissa, food was always the base, right? And love, safety, esteem, morality, and the most noble virtues, right? On top here. After COVID, look what happened. Internet became the base of the pyramid. You see how crazy, guys? Can you visualize that? Yes, and then here we have everything else, right? Because nowadays we do everything using the internet. So, yes, it's totally true. Let's see one more. Let's see what else changed. Apps on the phone, okay? Before COVID and then after COVID. So before COVID, I personally used Uber every day because I had to take the train to go to Campo Grande, and I took I usually asked a car. I called Uber to send a driver over here so that I could go to the train station because I live far from the train station, and here where I live there is no bus to the train station. If I want to go to the train station, I have only two options. Or I take a bus, and the bus takes forever to arrive because it's not a very common bus. Or I can go walking, and that's about 30 to 40 or even more, 45 minutes walking. So, going to work in the morning, sometimes it's easier to call Uber and request a driver because the distance is short, so it wasn't expensive. It was less than 10 reais. It was around 6, 7 reais. So no big deal. But nowadays, I don't use Uber for anything because I don't go anywhere. So I don't need that. And some others here, I've never actually used any of these travel apps or anything. But nowadays, people use Zoom a lot. This is for food because we order food online, WhatsApp, Instagram. I don't use Facebook so much, sometimes Twitter. Um, this one here, I don't know. Do you know which one this is? I don't remember.
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. I don't use that. That's why I don't know this. I don't use TikTok. I receive some videos because people send TikTok videos via WhatsApp, but I don't use that. I hardly ever have time to see my messages here on WhatsApp. Imagine TikTok. No way. No time. But these are the apps that most people use nowadays after COVID. You see, big change. Let's see another thing that happened. Evening plans. Check this out, guys. Before COVID, we had there evening plans, especially Friday night, young people mostly, right? They had other plans. for the evening. And this was only Netflix. But nowadays, check it out. Most people watch Netflix. I don't, to be honest, I don't watch Netflix so much. Actually, I just watch once in a
Me
full
neither.
moon.
I don't watch.
Yeah, you said you don't watch TV. I think watching videos is a good way to practice, especially if you watch films in English, but I don't have time. I really don't. It's impossible for me to sit down and watch a film. I wish I could, but I don't have time. So in my case, this one here is not true. No, that's totally, unfortunately, no. Here, Netflix is like once a year when I have time, but it's really hard. Now, real estate value, this is about economics, right? So, according to here, I think this was made in the United States, not in Brazil, okay? Before COVID, real estate and economy were growing. Real estate, people, is mercado imobiliário, okay? In English, I mean in Portuguese, right? So real estate and economy was being valued a lot. Now, after COVID, real estate keeps growing and the economy keeps going down. All right. So the people who had, I guess, I mean, the people who bought something in the past, now they're having a better return on their investment after COVID. And I believe this was in the United States. I don't know if in Brazil it's the same. I would have to study more about it. But I know the economy, yes, is going down. Something to eat. Look, this is also questionable. Before COVID, after COVID. I don't know if I really agree with this one because a lot of people, yes, are staying home more often. So they need to have the food in their fridge, right? So probably, yeah, probably that's the reason why they put an empty fridge, um, referring to someone who used to work out and now a person who works at home, who works from home. But according to economy in Brazil, especially, a lot of fridges are like this. Okay, before COVID, when they had a job, they had more food in the fridge. Now, after COVID, I think it's the other way around to most Brazilians. Okay, that's what I think. Co-workers. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, before COVID, all right, we could see our coworkers. Now, after COVID, look at our coworkers. And that's true. That's true. My dog is always next to me, he's always around. That's a reality. Visiting places. Before COVID, we would actually go. Now, after COVID, only via Zoom. Okay. It's when we use the background, you know. We put a fake background of a place that we like. And so we believe or make believe that we are there visiting that place. Okay, that's the only way to do it. Going to the bank. This is interesting. Look, okay, guys. So in the past, If a guy wearing a mask entered a bank, that was suspicious, right? And it was reason maybe to call the police, right? A guy wearing a mask in a bank, maybe a robber. Now, after COVID, everybody has to wear a mask. And look, the guy is entering the bank without a mask. So now you can call the police for that. Okay. So that's really interesting, isn't it? Yeah. A lot of places nowadays you can only enter if you are wearing a mask. Only that way. Okay. Getting exercise before COVID. Yeah, that's funny too. And after COVID. Yeah, I guess mostly Americans are facing this problem. Brazilians, they walk naturally every day. I don't because I'm all the time working, so I'm here. But people who have a chance to walk, they're not staying at home all the time. Okay. I think Brazilians do a lot of exercise. Getting vaccine. Look at that. Before COVID, it was like this. We didn't like vaccines so much, right? We wouldn't just go and get a vaccine like this, only when extremely necessary. So usually that was the reaction. Now here, everybody wants to get a vaccine. There is even a line to get vaccinated, isn't it, people? It's easy when you see a place that has vaccine outside. There is always a group of people or there is a long line. All right. So I like the illustrations. They are really nice.
Teacher, can
Yes.
you share this? Can you share this in
Yes.
WhatsApp
Yes.
group?
Yes, sure. Sure. I can. I will. It's really funny. All right. Okay, guys. So let me share with you here. Sorry, let me share our page on Google Classroom so you know what we're talking about. You see how things change. Things change a lot, right? The behavior of the society changes a lot depending on the situation, right? So here we go. We have there. These are the topics for June 1st and June 8th. June 1st is today, okay, guys, and June 8th is next week. Why is that? Because on Thursday is a holiday. Thursday is a holiday. I didn't know, to tell you the truth, I was surprised. I didn't know it was a holiday. Sorry, somebody told me
What
today,
holiday
Corpus
is what?
Christi.
I don't remember.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I was so surprised. Somebody told me today, I think it was a student. Early this morning, I was teaching, and a student came up to me and said, teacher, is there class on Thursday? And I go, yes, why not? And then he said, but it's a holiday. I was like, really? Oh my God. And then I checked the calendar and it was really, it is really a holiday. So it's Corpus Christi.
I think we won't have holidays.
We won't have
Won't have.
holidays? When?
Yeah,
When?
because we have esqueci o nome. Não teve aquele lockdown. Lockdown foi ótimo. We have the last lockdown, so I think they take all the holidays and to use in the time.
Oh, I remember in April.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. that long holiday we had were from the holidays in April, because in the month of April, let me show you that. That's what I understood, okay? I know that because the course told us that we would have this holiday on Thursday, but that long holiday in April was because of the holidays that would happen a week later in the same month. So let me show you the calendar. I'm going to show you in Portuguese so you know. Let me try to open it up here. Because in April, we had some holidays that would happen here. Look, yes. So here we have, look, can you see that? Let me
Yeah.
maximize this. Yes. So here we have in April, we had the 21st, which was Tiradentes, the 23rd, which was actually in Rio, São Jorge, right? And there was another one here that I don't remember. Let me see there. Let me check it out here. The 21st was, yes, we stopped here a week before Easter and we came back here. So I think it was because of the holidays from April, because we would have 1, 2, and I think the 1st of May, I don't know. I guess it was 3 holidays together. So that would be like compensating the classes from a week, for example, right? That's why we stopped here on the last week of March. Actually, this is where we stopped. We had class until March 25th, and then we stopped here. Okay, and then this week here of March, the classes from March 30th and March and April 1st, we didn't have because of those days that were holidays. So they put them all together. And then we came back here. Our class, Tuesday, we came back here on the 6th. Okay. So this week of April, these holidays here, they moved to the end of March. This is what they did. So they got this one here and this one here. Okay, São Jorge and Tiradentes. And then here we would have basically like a connection, a holiday together. So they got these 2 days here and then they compensated in March. That's what happened. But now in June, I think we only have this one holiday, which is Corpus Christi. The other ones, no. All right. Only June the 3rd. Yes. And there is a Valentine's Day next week on Saturday, June 12th. Okay. But that's not a holiday. That's not a holiday. There is only one holiday now. Okay. So because of that, we are doing this class today, 88 and 89. And the class that we didn't do last week, we can try and do next week on June 8th, okay? Here, we can do here, okay? The replacement of that class that we didn't do on Thursday because of my connection here, all right? So if you have your books, open your books to page 88. Let's go there. Yes, it's right here. Okay, okay. Can you see that? Yes, can you see the page? Good, very nice. So let me just zoom in. So guys, today we will talk about some phrasal verbs. We use phrasal verbs in informal situations, okay? Phrasal verbs are informal, okay? We never use them, for example, to write a letter applying for a job. We should avoid, okay? Because they are really informal. So let's take a look here. Read the dictionary entries for two phrasal verbs and then answer the questions. Question number 1, what are the verbs? Question 2, what do something and somebody stand for? I already gave you the answer. Question 3, which groups of phrasal verbs are separable? Which are inseparable? So we still have this thing that some phrasal verbs I can separate, some others I can't. So let's see the first one here. Look, work something out. What's the meaning of that? Oh, to find the answer, to solve something. Example, I can't work out how to do this. I can't find the solution. Okay. The second meaning is to calculate something. Example, I worked out the total cost. I worked out the total cost. I calculated, right? Now there is another entry here with two different definitions. The first one, to progress in a good way. Example, I hope things work out for you. I hope things work out for you. So I hope everything goes well. Okay. Number 2, it can also mean do physical exercise to keep your body fit. Example, we work out to music at my exercise class. We work out to music. So you see how many different meanings you can have for the phrasal verb work out. So we have two different ways. The first one, work something out. And the second one is work out. I can't separate. The first one I can separate, right? But the second one, no. Now let's see the next one. Here we have make something up. The first one, to invent something. Often something that is not true. Like, for example, to make up an excuse. So you invent an excuse, right? To form something is a second meaning. Example, the different groups that make up society. So the different groups that form society. So this first example here, when it means to invent or to form something, we can separate. And when I say we can separate, I mean that we can put a pronoun in the middle, only a pronoun. Like, for example, make it up, make it up. Okay. Now here, make up with somebody. This means to become friends again after an argument. For example, has she made up with him yet? Has she made up with him yet? So has she become friends with him? Okay, this second meaning here, I cannot separate. Okay, so let's see here. The first question, what are the verbs, people? Work out and make up. These are the verbs I looked for. What do something and somebody stand for? Actually, STH and SV. Something and somebody. Okay, good. Number three, which groups of phrasal verbs are separable? Work something out, make something up. Which are inseparable? Work out, make up. Okay, so let's see now the answers according to the book. Let's see there. You can take a picture if you wish. Look, here we have the two verbs, the meaning of the abbreviations, right? So separable, work something out with the meanings. Find the answer, solve, calculate, make something up with the meanings of invent, form. Now, inseparable, work out with the meanings of progress in a good way, do physical exercise, okay? Make up with somebody with the meaning of become friends again after an argument. So here, guys, we have work something out with the meaning of answer, solve, or calculate. That can be separable. And also, make something up is also separable. Okay, the ones that we do not separate are the ones that we use workout to say that something was successful or something is successful in a good way. When we do exercise, we do not separate. I can say, oh, I usually work out in the mornings. I usually work out in the mornings. So I'm saying that I usually exercise in the mornings. This one I don't separate. And makeup, I don't separate either, especially with the meaning become friends again after an argument. All right, guys. Yes, did you take a picture of that? So back to, okay. All right. Okay, guys. So here we have the separable ones and the inseparable ones, okay? Like I said before. Let's do some exercises here. Complete the sentences with the correct form of one of the phrasal verbs in exercise 1. So I know that may seem difficult for you to do because it depends on the meaning of the sentence, right? But let's try to do one at least. Ouch, my leg hurts. Let's take a picture first before we start. So let me just take a picture here. Okay, let's start doing the first one. Sherlock Holmes, who committed the crime. So he solved the problem. He found the solution. So which one means that? Here, find the answer, solve something. So he worked out who committed the crime. He solved, okay? That's why we have there. In the past, because the story happened, in the past. Okay. All right, people. So look at number two. What do you think number two is? That's a lie. You didn't you? So how do I say that a person invented something? Yes, exactly. The first one. Make something up, to invent, often something that is not true. Okay? So you made that up, didn't you? When I say you made that up, I'm saying you invented it, didn't you? Now let's go over to the other ones. I will just show you the answers because I know that Larissa has to leave early. So I will show you the answers right away, okay? Number three, I know we argue a lot, but we always kiss and make up afterwards. Okay, so to make up is to become friends again. Number four, don't worry, things will work out in the end. Okay, so here there is a double will. This is not necessary. Number five, he's determined to lose weight. He works out at the gym every day. Number six, women make up 56% of the students in this university. So form, constitute, okay? Number seven, can you work out this bill for me? I don't understand all those figures. So to work out is the same as to calculate, remember? And then number eight, you must have worked out the answers by now. So worked out the answers is find the solution to the answers. Okay, let's check everything. Good. You see, there is a mistake here, and they don't even consider that a mistake, right? All right. Here we have a nice illustration. I love illustrations. Look at this one. Archimedes works it out. So to find a solution to something. So he works it out. All right, people, let's move on quickly to number three. Many more phrasal verbs are formed with out and up. Match a verb in A with a line in B. So guys, I saved a video to show you, but I will send the link so you can watch later, okay? This video will give you some examples of phrasal verbs, not only with out and up, but with many other prepositions, okay? So let's take a look here. Number one, find out. Which part should I complete, or which one is the best complement for the verb find out? The meaning of find out is discover, okay? Learn, discover. So discover what? Discover a problem, discover in a Chinese restaurant, discover golf. What do you think we should put there?
Discover what time the train leaves.
Yes, that's a good one. Find out what time the train leaves, right? You can ask someone to do that. You don't know the time, so you need this person to discover. So you say, oh, please, can you find out what time the train leaves? Okay. Now break up.
Break up with a boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yes, exactly. It's when you terminate the relationship. Okay. Now break out of.
Break up. No, break out of a problem. Let's see.
Break out of is the same as escape. When you escape from a place.
Jail.
Yes, you break out of jail. So some robbers broke out of jail yesterday, suppose. Number 4, eat up.
All your vegetables.
Yeah, and it will be healthy. Good. Number 5, eat out.
In a Chinese restaurant.
In a Chinese restaurant. Okay, good. Save up.
Uh, to buy a new car.
Yes, save up has to do with money. Okay. Sort out.
Sort. A sort or short?
Sort.
Sort.
Sort out. Yeah.
Significa.
Sort out is to find the solution to something.
A problem.
Yes, sort out a problem. Good. Take up. Take up is when you start an activity.
Golf.
Yes, take up golf. Golf is a sport. So if you start practicing, if you start playing golf, you can say, oh, I took up golf last week. And I say, oh, really? How nice. Interesting. Okay. So to take up something is to start an activity. Come up with a good idea. Yes. To come up with a good idea is to bring out a good idea, to give a good idea in a situation where everybody needs a good idea. So you come up with a good idea. All right. So let's check the answers. Yay, everything correct. So these phrasal verbs are the ones that will probably be in your test. The ones from number 3 and the ones from here, number 1, okay? So here in number 4, guys, they want us to replace the words in italics with one phrasal verb from exercise number 3. So here, of course, they wrote synonyms. For example, why don't you start doing yoga? So why don't you take up yoga? Okay, guys, why don't you take up yoga? So I will just show you the answers and then you copy. If you have any questions, then you can ask me, okay? See if you can visualize that. Is it okay for you?
Mm-hmm. Eu acho que não. Esqueci agora.
Okay.
Okay.
And here we have the answers to the other ones, okay? In case you have any questions, just talk to me. So this way, we are almost done with this. Look, here, the final part is work with a partner. Complete these sentences in any suitable way. Then read them aloud. So here, it's just for you to practice using the phrasal verbs. So here you go. Let me show you the possibilities. Okay, so you can take a picture as well. Let me move down a little bit. Okay, can I close?
Wait, tá saindo tudo aqui do telefone. Right, nossa. Okay.
All right. Okie dokie, guys. So this is the end of this first page. Then next class, we continue the other one, okay? I will make sure I will put the other page for next class. Here it was page, let me see here, page 88 on phrasal verbs, okay? So next class, we will do 89, 90, and 91. Okay, guys, the homework for today is pages 75 and 76. All right. If you have a chance, take a look at the extra material I posted here, only about phrasal verbs, of course. Okay. You don't need to see the other ones. All right. So we meet again on Tuesday next week. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Mateus. Thank you, Larissa. Yay. Hope to see you again next week. Okay, bye-bye. Bye, guys.